Man, what's going on, sports fans? It is another night, man. Another Pelicans night, man. I hope y'all are tuned, man. The Pelicans got to face against the Miami Heat tonight, man. Once again, we're without Brandon Ingram and Zion Williamson, and we're trying to hold on by a thread because a lot of teams in this Western Conference are starting to catch up, man. The Sacramento Kings, the Dallas Mavericks, they're right on our tail, man. I know
Yeah,
it's getting scary.
I don't think you can fall. You're probably gonna fall no worse than the sixth seed if you keep losing.
Yeah.
I, th- I think it's, I mean, for any team to go through what the Pelicans are going through. Pelicans are really actually more. They actually impressing. I mean, to go through without Zion and without dealing with Brandon Ingram, they actually played well, good enough to win. It's just playing a Gotham. When you play the Gotham, it's very hard. The schedule is just the schedule right now.
Well, the thing
The
is too that the schedule is going to get a lot easier for the
Yeah,
Pelicans.
yeah.
That's the
After
good thing.
this,
That's the good thing about it. You know, the Pelicans have the one of the easiest remaining schedules coming up. Especially after this All Star break. Hopefully, I've heard good news about Brandon Ingram. Mr. Coach Willie Green, just announced today that Brandon Ingram is getting closer. He's getting closer to return, but he's not quite there yet. So it's actually running at the same, like, kind of at the same time. Zion is his 3 weeks about to be up for him to get evaluated again to see how long it's gonna be for him to come back. So they're coming. They're about to come back soon. It's just that, can this team hang on a little bit longer? A little bit longer. CJ and this bench has been doing really well. Najee Marshall and Jose Alvarado, guys like that, has been holding it down. They've been doing really good. So,
yeah. I mean, you asking this team to. I mean, some of the teams they played the Nets, they played the 76ers, they played. Um, if we look at each matchup, the teams that they've been playing, Dallas Mavericks, they have played the Boston Celtics.
right,
The teams that, I mean, that's a Gotham. Okay, that's just it.
right.
Even with
You playing really tough teams. Like, I mean, the Cavs. I mean, the Cavs are good,
they
man.
play the Cleveland Cavaliers, yeah.
So that's. I mean, like, you're playing really tough teams, and you're asking these guys to really win some games that, and win some games without their two best players. So, like I said, for them to put up and fighting the way they have been without them so far has been remarkable. A lot of teams can't say, they'll be down two of their best players and they still the third seed in the Western Conference, right now. So, yeah, like I said, it's a lot to be doggone thankful for, really, with this roster, because I mean, this speaks to how great, depth that this roster has, and then you got a great head coach at the helm, man, that's just really doing his job, doing what he got hired to do, which is coach these kids up, man, coach the guys, for and get them to that next man up mentality, So me, as a personal Pelicans fan, I'm not sitting here panicking. A lot of Pelicans fans I'm seeing on Twitter, they're sitting there panicking right now
Oh, they're
because,
so disrespectful. They're very disrespectful also.
yeah, I
There's a
mean,
lot of stuff that they're saying about certain players. We're gonna need a Herb Jones. They talking bad about Herb Jones was never a scorer. He's what he is. He has to develop into being a scorer. Herb Jones
right,
is a great defender, and they want
right,
some of these role players to be better. To be Zion and to be Brandon. This team was built around Zion Williamson and Brandon Ingram. So the role players are actually doing their job. The role players are not having a problem. They're doing what they're supposed to do. They're
right,
built for the stars. So we can't be out of our minds to believe playing such a schedule that they have been playing
yeah.
that you could think that they could be better, right? Without these guys for a very long
Right,
sustain.
right, right. I mean, you got to be crazy to think that this team's gonna just forget that Zion and Brandon Ingram don't exist and that they're just gonna go on this run. You have to expect, running into teams like the Boston Celtics. The Boston Celtics right now, there's like the bona fide best team in the NBA right now, and you just went into Boston. So I mean, come on now, like, let's be realistic about it. Doggone, and look on the bright side. Doggone, we are in the one of our best records in years. Doggone, we're the third best team in the conference.
Well, son,
Doggone,
they didn't bring you didn't bring this up is the fact that and I mean, Pelicans fans, some of them they just want, they just be talking. I mean, well, let's just be honest, okay? Um, we didn't talk about a lot of multiple things that have happened to this team, and they almost sustainably they almost at a 30 win total. They have never been this close to 30 wins at this time of the year
yeah, they're
ever,
fast.
ever in a long time. Go ahead.
Man. Yeah, man. Look, man, think about this, man. Look, I mean, you either gonna be sitting there getting angry and getting mad I mean, that's just always gonna be pushback on seeing Zion sitting out and seeing Brandon sitting out. But like I said, this
I
team is
want them
doing
for the
too well.
playoffs. I don't care about them.
Right. You would rather want it right now than later in the playoffs where you're sitting there like there's nothing you can do about it, and all going, they're playing the games that they're supposed to all going, be competing for a championship for, and they can't, have them for them, You can live with losing these games right now, okay? Doggone, you're gonna make the playoffs. This team is gonna make the playoffs. There's no doubt about it.
Well, look at the Phoenix Suns, EJ. Ever since the Pelicans, ever since Zion and his big national dunk, the Phoenix Suns almost matched them. I mean, they have
Well,
a
think about
losing
that. I
record.
mean, that's a great example. Bringing that up. I mean, really, the Phoenix Suns lost Devin Booker. They haven't had Booker in a while, and that's just one star. And Chris Paul has been in and out, but mostly they had him more than they had Devin Booker. The same thing with Aiton. Aiton has played a lot of games, missed a couple of games, but the Phoenix Suns was right there at the top of the Western Conference. Now they looking like they're falling out of the playoff race. I
Yes,
mean, Saint
they really. Even the Lakers about to catch them.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a Pelicans fan right now, you got to be happy. You got to be smiling, man. You got to be saying, "I thank God I'm not the Phoenix Suns right now." Log on, because that could have been us. That could have easily been us. So I'm not all about this. Let's tear down Brandon and Zion because they hurt. And look, we got to think about this at the end of the day. They're human beings, man. Like, I mean, there's nothing you can do with injuries,
Injuries.
okay?
I've been
Like,
saying that for the longest. People are so. I like to say something. Even in the National Football League, what they're doing, Lamar Jackson. I hate to throw
yes,
that in there.
yes,
I mean, golly, these players are human. Okay.
yes. Yeah, I mean that's a great point to even bring up. I mean the Lamar Jackson situation. I mean, even Robert Griffin III, RG3 himself went up on there. He posted a picture of himself when he was playing with the Redskins. The last time he played for the Redskins, had that brace on his knee and put a brace on it because he had reporters like uh, Mr. Michael Vick and Sean Payton talking about him, talking about, hey, you need to go ahead and put on a brace, man, and go ahead and play through it because it's the playoffs. No, man, that's the difference between doggone your career and not playing ever again. Doggone these things take time. You want these guys doggone to play and have a healthy career for the rest of their careers. And if Zion and Brandon Ingram got to take time, let them take time. Like I said, they'll be there when you need them in the playoffs. I promise you.
And it's a
Like,
long season.
yeah,
504. I mean, EJ, this is a long season. We haven't even gotten to the All Star break, and the Pelicans are at the right top, the right number. One of the things that Donald Berry was criticizing the Pelicans, he said, "Well, we'll see." You know, Donald said, "We'll see at the All Star break, and then he can evaluate the team." Well, we're very close to the All Star, and I
Right.
can see it. And I would, me being a Pelican fan, I am so excited to know that I'm on the right side of the All Star than what we was last year. Because last year, it was amazing that we turned it around enough just to get in. We can get that number one seed again.
Right. Right.
So everybody just got to be very patient. Shout out to Big Dog Philly in the
Yeah.
house.
Like I said, I guess a lot of Pelicans fans aren't used to this, and they're getting scared. You know, like going, they're like, man, we done got off to this good start and everything, and they thinking, all bad things are gonna do, happen and stuff like that. But look, man, take the good with the good right now, man. You are the third seed in the Western Conference right now. No, ain't no reason to go put that negative energy in the air, talking about we about to fall off, man. Look, we good right now. We in a really great place right now. We are right where we need to be as far as being damn near at the All Star break. And speaking of the All Star break, um, Pelicans fans, I need y'all to start voting for CJ McCollum, man. CJ McCollum has never been, I don't know if y'all ever knew this, but CJ McCollum has never been to an All-Star game. And
Unbelievable,
it's,
unbelievable.
it's
That's how
crazy.
deep the West is. We. It's not so much because he's a bad player. It's because that's how deep the West. He played aside. He was him and Damian Lillard. You played with a superstar that pretty much did some of the same things you did, and Damian Lillard always got a chance to go, and he couldn't. So
Right.
now he is actually in a position where he's been leading a team even without the superstar. You know what I'm saying? He's been leading that team. And for those who are into consciousness, remember to follow this brother right here. That's Big Dog Philly. He's always showing nothing but love and respect to this channel right here. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Henry and everybody else who comes in to support the Batter Sports Show. Shout out to Derek Turner. Oh, go ahead, son.
Yeah. Look, most definitely, man. Like, like I said, man, CJ McCollum, and we know who CJ McCollum was before he came to this roster and what he did in Portland with Damian Lillard. It's just amazing to me. All these years has gone by, and he's never been in an All Star game. I don't give a care if it's the Western Conference or not. The brother deserves respect, and I need to see Pelicans fans really get him into this All Star game. I'm seeing names, like no names on there on the All Star list, out there like Kevon Looney are getting votes to get into the All Star game, and CJ's not in there getting votes. Like come on now.
We can actually get by name. We can get three players in there. You can get your big three in there. C.J. McCollum. You can even get
Right.
Brandon Ingram. I know a lot of people ain't gonna say that, but by um, many times by just popularity, when you are a winning team, the winners always seem to get the players in. Okay, so if we keep winning, we can actually get three players in there. Zion is probably going to be a lock. He's going to make it. Okay,
Yeah, Zion's
um,
gonna make it. No,
but
that ain't a
we got to get
problem.
CJ in there. We definitely got to get CJ in there.
Yeah, and look, I'm not even undermining Brandon Ingram, but Brandon Ingram hasn't been available this year. Okay,
I
so
know, but when you're winning, if most winning teams always, even the guy who hasn't been playing much, they always sneak them in. It's just what it is. I seen it happen with Kobe Bryant. Kobe got on representation. He was injured half the season, and he got on representation. And
yeah,
I don't.
it's crazy to me because I'm seeing votes for Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis haven't
Right,
really played
right.
much
You
this
know,
season.
people don't look at it like it like that. When you up the top, we the top three team in the NBA as far as the Western Conference, and they're gonna like I said. If I still think we can get the number one seed, it's just soon as it's all about availability and getting health. You get
Yeah,
the health and the availability, we will even have the coach of the year.
yeah. Look, like I said, this is great timing for everything to happen. Look, like I said, Brandon Ingram and Zion are close. They're very close to returning.
Very close.
All we got
And
to do is
I saw the
remain.
things. I saw Brandon hitting them shots at practice.
Yeah,
I seen Zion making his free throws, but Ingram is a little bit more closer than even Zion right now.
yeah,
From what I'm hearing, speculations is Ingram will be the first to come back.
most definitely. Look, if we can just get one of them suckers back, the way we was winning already with just Zion out there with CJ McCollum was just enough. So imagine if both of them
We
come
won with Ingram last year without Zion, so we
exactly.
neither
So
one of them,
the
like you said.
so it's amazing, doggone. If we get both of these guys back, people don't know how dangerous and this Pelicans basketball team could get. Having both of them out there together finally. I mean, we was already starting to look dangerous. I mean, we really saw our potential in the first game of the season against Brooklyn. That was our potential. How great we could be going into Brooklyn. I know it was the first game, but to have all three guys out there, that's how great this team could be. So I look, I'm telling y'all, I know y'all sitting there, y'all antsy, and y'all sitting there like, damn, man, like, why can't we get
But
these guys on the court? It's coming, it's
Edie,
coming.
the Saints got him like that. The Saints got him so antsy because of all the terrible play from the New Orleans Saints. So, Pelicans fans been thirsty for a very long time. We have been very thirsty. We've been wanting to see this team become a winner. And I understand, fans. I understand, but you got to be as fans. You got to be realistic. Also, talent. You playing top teams, and you're not going to win games. You're going to probably upset a couple of two or three teams. With like you did Philadelphia 76ers without your star, but to sustain it, you're not going to be able to do that for a very long time. Well,
Right.
and maybe with one of the stars, but not with both of the stars out.
Now the thing is about this, I'm glad you brought that up. Once again, the trade deadline is coming up in February. It's coming up very soon, and I don't know if Pelicans fans have heard about this, but we have some targets. Pelicans I have some interest in three guys that I heard. I heard OG Ananubi from the Toronto Raptors, and I also heard of
I heard that.
Gary Trent from the Toronto Raptors, and also Bohan Bogdanovic from the Pistons. All three of those guys are actual interests from the Pelicans. So the Pelicans are looking to try to make a move now and trying to go ahead and find a guy that can glue this bench together and spark and put some spark.
And actually put another score out there
Yeah,
because
and put yeah
we're
like
lacking. Yeah, other than the big three we have, we
right.
lack scoring.
That takes pressure off of guys like CJ McCollum, and we know how great Jonas is, but Jonas is not no. He's not gonna put 30 points a night consistently. He's not gonna do that. He's not gonna put up 20 points a night consistently. He's your defender. He's your rebounder. He's not gonna
He
do
been
that for
impressing
you.
me though, Edie. He
Hey,
impressed me
look,
with.
Jonas
I can't believe
Valanciunas
he's on.
don't has
And
not
you always
shocked
been a
me.
big fan of this cat. You've been saying that he's like that big four, and I was like, nah. But I gotta
Look,
change my mind. I saw some of them games, 33 points. I think I was wrong. I think you were right. I think that the guy has the ability, but by him being a big guy, I think the fact that he gets wore down. You can war in certain teams. You can't play him.
yeah.
Like when you play the Miami Heat, you got to go small. So it's gonna be a
Yeah, it's
difficult.
a small ball team, right? Look,
Right.
Jonas don't surprise me. Look, I've been saying this about this guy, and I'm glad you mentioned that since last year. He's been doing this since last year. When the Pelicans were down, Zion Williamson, and we were figuring out that Zion wasn't coming back last season. He stepped up. When Brandon Ingram got hurt last season, he stepped up. Jonas Valanciunas is always there to come through, and people sleep on this guy. This guy does the dirty work for this team, and he carries his team on the back. If we really need 30 points out of Jonas Valanciunas, he will pull 30 points out of his butt out of nowhere. That's how.
Trigger Trey is another guy that keep impressing me. Trigger Trey needs to be more aggressive in trying to be a scorer. He
Yes,
has the ability to get to the
yes.
basket. I think that Willie needs to get that kid more involved, especially with Ingram and Zion not playing. You got to get the ball in the hands of that young man. That young man has the ability to shoot dimes. He can shoot
Well,
dimes.
I think too, and I'm glad you brought that up, Dad. But two, I'm glad that um, one that you brought that up, but two, Willie Green has been saying this. He's been preaching this. Um, I I think last game against the Cavs, I was watching the broadcast and I was hearing Antonio Daniels talk about, hey, Willie Green's been telling Trey Murphy, hey, shoot the ball. Lord going, and that's something as an NBA player or any on any level. Let's just say you in high school or in college. That right there is something you want your head coach telling you. Any player would want their head coach telling them that they can shoot in basketball. Trey Murphy has to take this moment in his reins because Willie Green is running plays for him, but he needs to get aggressive. Like you said, that Trey Murphy has the ability to go ahead and score 20 to 30 points per game, but he's not being aggressive enough to do it. So I agree. He needs to get more aggressive and say to himself, "Hey, I need to get more involved in the scoring game." Oh, because I'm actually seeing Najee Marshall and Jose Alvarado, the two undrafted guys, take that upon themselves and say, "Hey, that we're gonna take over in the in the scoring game," which is worked out. I ain't gonna lie, they doing their part, but
Yeah,
Trey Murphy
yeah,
is the scorer.
Najee is the MVP right now, and I'm glad you're bringing up Najee. During the time of the missing in action, the person who has gained the most out of this has to be Najee Marshall. It
Yeah,
has to be because some of the guys he is a little bit wildcat. He's a little bit of a junkyard dog.
I call him the gangster,
Henry,
man.
when you get a chance, I just send it to your phone and also go to your messenger, brother. And the link is in the chat right now.
Yeah.
So if you would like to come on, anybody like to come on and talk about the Pelicans, the link is actually in the chat right now. So we did it three ways. So anybody want to come on and talk about the New Orleans Pelicans? We don't get too much talk over here, but we need to change the narratives. I was tired. I mean, shout out to my son for getting it up and getting real because I am a truck driver and I drive overnight, so I almost forgot. So it is.
Hey,
It's a good
look,
thing
just
I
like
saw
how
them.
we do with the Saints, like are we gonna be here for these Pelicans, man?
Yeah. Okay, we got one of our beat writers from the Batter Sports Show podcast on Facebook. I call him a beat writer because he's always actually he's always in tune to the Pelicans. He's always writing up great things about the Pelicans. He's the guy behind the background who's always I call him Mr. Pelican himself. What's up, Henry?
Hey, fellas, what's happening? Good evening to
What's
y'all.
going on? What's going on with Uncle Henry?
Go Pelican, go Pelican.
So what's
Go
going?
tell.
What's your assessment tonight, and what your ad is tonight?
Uh, I just want to be honest. Without our two top stars, I just want our guys to be competitive, to keep doing what they're doing. We've been pretty consistent, and that's
Mm-hmm.
kind of all I can ask for from my team right now. It's just consistency. We win some, we lose some, but we still top three. So I'll take that. Don't get me wrong. I want the Pelicans to eventually win a championship one day, but I feel
Right.
like we need to just accept the success right now and just enjoy that and let the season play out as it may. And when we get to the postseason, then we can talk about all the other things we want to see the Pelicans do. But for right now, I just want them to be competitive, win some games, shock some people, keep getting better, let the young guys grow. And, they've been in that environment when they get to the playoffs. They know how to turn it up. We've seen them
What's
Right.
do that.
wrong? What is wrong? And I gotta ask you this question: what is wrong with we do know, and I told this to the host.
Hmm.
We know the real. Pelican fans, and we know that there's some Laker fans that out here that are criticizing, jumped on the bandwagon. It is what it is.
Way too
What
many
is
Laker
wrong
fans
with?
down here for
Yeah,
me. Way too many.
yeah. What is wrong? What is wrong with the fan base? And shout out to Derek Turner. What is wrong with the fan base and this criticizing? Because on Twitter, they are really going out their mind on some of the stuff that they're talking. They're ready to get rid of Herb Jones, and Herb Jones is built for the playoffs. He's the kid is going to
Hmm.
be built for the long run to help the team. Once
I
Zion
keep
come
telling
back, he's a
everybody.
role player. This guy was drafted as a role player.
Hmm.
Zion and Ingram is the
Uh huh.
key
Uh
for
huh.
success for the New Orleans Pelicans. So
I agree.
you guys can break that down.
And that's what I was
Well,
telling you last week. I'm sorry, EJ. Uh, but that's what I was telling you last week, Evan, that we don't need to give up on Herb Jones just yet because he is a crucial and critical piece for what the Pelicans are trying to do defensively. Defense win championships. That's what they say. And in basketball, you start on defense. It's not offense. You start on defense because when you get a stop on defense, you run the fast break. You go. You make teams run you out. You can run a team out the gym if you play
Hmm.
great defense, and that's what the Pelicans is built on. That's
Hmm.
what they did last year. They played great defense. Jose, Herb, even Trey played great defense, locking up that perimeter and just shooting down the court. And no team could run with us because we were the youngest team in the league. And probably, I think we were top two or maybe the fastest team in the league on the fast break. And that's how the Pelicans ended up beating a lot of teams because the older teams couldn't run with us. And I think we need to build on that and keep doing what we've been doing and continue that success with that.
We got
Right,
Derek
right.
well,
Turner.
hey, bro, how y'all boys doing tonight, man? First,
We
I'm
All
we
right, man. How
good,
you doing,
man.
brother?
hey, bro, I'm able to watch them because I got the league pass, so I'm able to watch every game. My wife will tell you, man, I'm in the bedroom because the games don't come out until 8 o'clock out here, so it's late.
Yeah.
So, but
So where you at in Georgia? Where you at?
no, North Carolina.
That's why.
Okay.
Yeah, we
Oh
can't get
wow,
Yeah.
them.
I'm right above you. I'm a truck driver, so I'm in
Yeah.
Virginia right now. I'm on my way to Pennsylvania.
I got
Ooh,
league
but
pass
bro,
too, and
watch,
they
be
still
careful,
black them
dog.
out.
Yeah, be
I'm not
careful.
going away tonight. I'm going to be back
Okay.
sometime. Well, so when I get my time out, 3 in the morning, I'll be driving.
Well,
Oh,
just
okay.
just I had two thoughts, man, by just watching
Mm-hmm.
them the last couple of games. I was like, do I want them to peak now and get everybody back now, or do I want that last push after the
Right.
All-Star break? And I'm
There you
toying
Right.
with
go.
Right.
There you
I'm
go.
I'm, I'm toying with it in my head because I'm like, nah, just let them chill. But then I don't want to lose
Too
that
many.
third two. I don't want to be
Uh-huh.
that
Yeah.
that fifth or sixth seed. I don't want to be that
Yeah.
fifth or sixth seed. I want to be number three, number
Uh-huh.
4. I can live
Yeah.
with that. But when you
Yes,
get to
sir.
Yeah.
that fifth, sixth, and seventh, it's kind of iffy right there in the league,
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of like, man, I want to see. And then as a fan of Zion, I'm kind of thinking, man, I want to see this boy just go off, bro, because he do stuff that as a big man it just brings joy to my heart being a big man. You don't expect them guys to be jumping like
Yeah.
him
Yeah.
like
You
that.
don't. You
Yeah.
don't do that. Yeah.
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 So I'm just like, man, I'm like, man, I want to see him pay. I
You
done
don't
paid
see
this.
big breast men get off like that.
Hey,
You know what I like about his game too? He's starting to do that little mid-range jumper, and I like
Oh
seeing that.
man, that is so great that to see because you know what, he's starting to learn.
Yeah.
When he first got in the league in 2019, he was not doing that, and
Nope.
now I think he's and that's shout
Yeah,
out
man.
to Teresa Weatherspoon. Shout out
Hey, give us a
to,
shout out.
to the yeah, shout out to the coaching staff, man. I'm
Fred
telling you,
Vincent and the
the
boys.
Fred Vincent, they really getting him like
Yeah.
to learn. Hey, you're not just gonna be sitting there driving in on everybody and expect them
Banging,
to go
banging,
ahead.
banging. Yeah, you can't do
Yeah,
that. Hit that midi, man. Hit that midi.
right. Get you a little shot so you can get people to respect you there, and then that's just gonna open up your game.
I know this is a little off topic, but that's what I was telling everybody about LeBron's game before when he was younger. I'm like, he needs to develop a mid-range shot. I've been saying that for years, and we see
Yeah,
the consequences of that now. He never
yeah,
developed that, and
most
that's why his
definitely.
shot is so bad because he never developed a mid-range game.
Oh yeah,
That's
most
that,
That's
that,
that's
definitely.
that that's
underrated.
actually not crucial what you said because that's what Michael Jordan did. Michael used to be known.
Exactly, brother. Exactly.
Michael used to be known as a athletic dunker, but then he evolved his game as being a mid range shooter. Then he
Just
wound up
like
Hmm.
becoming an outside shooter, and
just like DeMar
he had
DeRozan. Yep.
yes, Definitely.
Yep, that's very
Yeah.
important, man. You got to hit that
Man,
mid-range shot.
Derek, you hit it on the head with this one, man. Like that's probably how all Pelicans fans are feeling right now. A lot of them haven't seen us in this position in a while. We
That's
first
right.
seen it in the West before the All-Star break. I mean, it's exciting times for Pelicans basketball, But
Well,
at the
we
same time,
saw it. We saw it one time before, and that was on the Byron Scott and Chris Paul and them when they had that team with Tyson Chandler and them, and they were fighting. They I mean he took them for a ride, okay, and
yeah,
they made it to
Yeah,
the
yeah.
second round. Yeah,
Oh,
he
I
took them
remember
for a
that.
ride. So that's
Boy, that
about
was
they had
exciting.
56 wins. They had 56 wins.
That was an
So that's
right.
exciting
about the
year, man. I
last time
remember
Well,
that.
well, you got to think about it. Like
the
comparing it
Hornets.
to that time, like okay, uh, uh,
Mm.
there wasn't as many injury questions back then. But let's just take it to now. Now look at it. Okay, we missing a couple of key guys, and I'm not just saying just any key guys. We missing our two best players.
Two best players.
But you got
Our
to think about
cornerstone
this.
guys.
Yes, you got to think about it in a mindset of okay, once these guys come back, we instantly on a win streak. Okay,
Absolute.
and
Oh, man. Yes,
number
indeed.
two,
Oh man,
Oh wait,
number two
only
is
thing I'm gonna say
okay.
is I'm
We can
not sure about that because that Brandon Ingram almost plays the same position as Zion. That's the only key with this. Is
Nah, they
it
don't
is
play
it
the same
No,
position.
well,
One is a small forward. One
yeah,
is a
wait, no, but
small
yeah.
listen.
forward and one is a
But
power forward.
listen, while Ingram was out, they had Zion running this new thing, the new point forward type deal where Zion bring up the ball. You think about when before Ingram went out, Ingram and McCollum always used to bring up the ball until Ingram went out, and then Zion started playing that off the ball with
But they're not the same player, Derek, at all.
not
They're
saying they're the
totally.
same player, not saying that they're the
That's
same
not
player,
that's
but
not going to be hard to coach around, Derek. That's what I'm trying to say.
okay, all right,
Yeah,
I got
Because
you.
you got a guy.
So you're thinking about who's going to be ball dominant once they come back.
well,
That's
Yeah,
what he
okay,
said.
I'm not
That's what he
worried
said.
about. I'm
but
Ball
not
down.
worried about that.
And
I'm
that's
not
the
worried about
same
that at
thing
all.
Stephen A. I mean, that's the same thing that not Stephen A. Smith. Skip Bayless said the same thing that you're saying. And I'm not
I didn't even
disagreeing
see
with
it.
either one of y'all, but they figure that we're gonna have to get rid of one of these guys because they one
I don't
for
think so.
one they both need the ball.
no,
And
Nah,
I,
they
no,
I
no,
can
no,
they
no, no,
can
no. I
play
disagree with
together.
that. I disagree with that. You know why? Because look at it this way.
first game of the year they played together
Look at it
and they
this way.
looked
Look
well.
at it this way. If you got one guy dominate, let's say Brandon Ingram comes back and he goes on the tear, he's getting 35 a game. Zion's number drop down to 22, 25. I'm okay with that. We still winning. And then you're gonna have games where Zion's gonna take over. So
Yeah,
but see
in
when
my
y'all
opinion,
when you say that though, you okay with it, but as a player,
yeah, I was
you
about to
understand?
say that. That's what I was about to say. I was gonna say.
If
I
they
think
win
that
it
as
ain't
long
gonna
as
be a
they're winning,
problem, Derek.
they don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zion wouldn't care. He'd be like, all right, we winning. I'm
I
cool.
think I think quite honestly they understand that. I mean, they both when they
Yeah.
both got when Zion got in the league and they both got with each other and started playing with one another.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the 2020 season. Okay, when Zion was actually healthy. Okay, and we both had Zion and Brandon Ingram out there with Lonzo and all of them. Okay, look, it was working during that time. Okay, like you had nights where Brandon Ingram was scoring more than Zion. You
Mm-hmm.
had moments where Zion was scoring more than
More than Brandon.
Brandon
Mm-hmm.
Ingram. So like,
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
don't think they have a problem with it. Yeah.
both of them have like understand that what the end goal is. Okay, they're
Yeah.
trying to
Well,
win the
Willie Green
championship.
EJ was being creative. What he was doing was using one off the bench and one would come on.
Mm-hmm.
He
Yeah,
had Zion coming off the bench at sometimes, and he was resting one
yeah.
when Zion was turned forward, and he was resting
That's
Ingram, and then
important. I
Ingram
mean
would come in.
that's important because I mean you don't got guys
Mm-hmm.
that can come into the game, not
Right.
every that can just come into the game and take over a unit.
And
Okay,
think
you
about it.
can
You gotta
put
pick your poison. You gotta pick your poison with the two of them.
right. You can put Brandon Ingram in there with your bench and say, "Hey, I'm good." What they're gonna put up is a bunch of points to keep us in the league or bring us
Right.
back. Okay,
Yeah.
Same thing with Zion. If Zion needs to run with the backups, that keeps you with some instant scoring out there on the court.
And it
Okay,
doesn't mean that just because he's running with the backup that he has to have the ball. I've seen Zion come
right.
in with the backup and getting like 7 assists just because he passed it out. He'll go
Right,
in, turn around, pass
Right.
it out. Jose hit the 3. That's an assist for Zion. He got like 7 of
right.
them one game. Just doing
Well,
that,
the
and he ain't even
numbers
trying to
that's
score.
going to drop is Najee Marshall. These kids, some of these numbers, they're going to go back to who they
And we
are.
know that. We know that. We
Yeah,
comfortable with
But
that.
man,
some of these
I gotta
guys who's
give, I gotta
averaging
give,
18, 19 points, they the
I
ones
gotta,
who going to go down.
I
Not
gotta,
Ingram.
but I gotta give Najee his props, man. That dude
Oh,
been
we did
playing
that in the
lights
very
out for
beginning of
us.
the show.
Man,
That's a
Najee
gangster,
Marshall has
man.
been terrific
That's a
for us.
So
gangster. The heart and soul of the team, man. Like
Yep,
when I tell you he's ready to
That's
lay it
Draymond
down the
Green.
line,
That's the new Draymond Green.
man.
what
exactly.
y'all think about Jackson Hayes, man? Is he worth
Well,
holding on to?
he
Yes,
to me he is, but
yes, yes.
unfortunately he's going to be the one that's going
He
to be
might be,
extended
he
when he's
might, he
going to be
might be
gone.
on the trading block.
Jackson is in a lot of trade rumors right now, man.
And
Because I mean,
Devontae Graham.
you got to trade somebody. We got to
Yeah,
give an
somebody
asset
gotta
what he
go.
can get.
I
Somebody
mean,
gotta go, and then you gotta look at, okay, hey,
but here's the
dude.
thing: do we have to trade somebody? Do we really? We're number 3 in the
Yeah,
West.
well,
Do
we
we?
don't have to trade, but let's just put it like this, Henry. You got a kid, Willie Gomez right now is very not
Willie
Yes,
he's
Hernan
not
that's a
happy
Gomez.
great
right now.
point. That's a
He's
great
not
point.
even
Did he
happy right
say
now.
something? Did he
He's
say
talking
something?
about, he might be one that's trade.
Did he say
Willie
something?
Yeah, he did. Willie
he don't
on
like he's
Twitter.
not getting minutes. And he's
Wi-
for the first time he's complaining.
Now I ain't gonna
yeah,
lie though. Willie
Willie went
deserves
on
some minutes because
Twitter
he's
and
been
was
playing. I mean, he's
frustrated.
good.
Willie was frustrated and went on Twitter and was talking about how, okay, he loves the Pelicans
He was
family
the
and the coach and
MVP
stuff
of
like
Europe.
that. But
I
he was
can't
the
believe that.
MVP. He was talking about how he was the MVP of the Euro League
He sure
and how
was
he's not getting
of
respect
the
in New
finals.
Orleans.
Of the
Yeah,
finals.
yeah.
But okay, so you know what this
He's
might be, and I'm gonna give y'all an analogy on what he is. Like my son dealing with the same situation in his basketball team.
Hmm.
It's that it's that one little thing that he's not doing that everybody else is doing. He ain't got that it yet. That
mhm.
notch ain't turned in his head to be aggressive. He might could score 40, 50 points, but when it's time to get down and dirty, or he gonna die for that loose ball, or he gonna play it cool?
Yeah.
That's why I think he's not a Willie Green guy. You understand what I'm saying? Like he's not Alvarez. He not gonna get on that floor
No, he
and
just
get
stopped
that.
the numbers, Derek. I just think that we so deep at the center position.
Yeah.
We got you got Larry
I think
Nance put him on a Larry Nance is the reason why
Larry
he's
Nance
on
is
this
the one
team.
that bumped them out. Yeah.
Larry Nance has ruined the rotation for a lot of those backup centers and power forwards. Okay, if you really want to think
Including
about
Jackson
it,
Hayes. Including Jackson Hayes. Yep.
including Jackson Hayes. Because if you really want to think about it, okay, you already fighting with
He's supposed to.
Zion, okay,
Right.
and
I'm trying to teach
Valanciunas.
them both how to. He should know
All
that
right.
if you take it out to put it on low.
But when you have Zion and Valanciunas out there, Larry is already good in his own right. He can
Yeah.
start. He
Yeah.
can start somewhere. If he really wanted to,
Anywhere.
he can start. He
Anywhere.
can start
He is a
anywhere.
starter. Yeah. He's a starter.
So I mean, look, Jackson Hayes and Willie Herman Gomez is just the left man out. You know, all going. You got to go ahead and do what you got to do. Okay, so in
Man.
Jackson Hayes' case, okay, Zion has been out, so this has been an opportunity for him to go
Come
ahead
in.
and get minutes finally. Okay, so it just so happens that Jackson Hayes has been okay the better player than Willie Herman Gomez. Willie Herman Gomez is he's good offensively, but the problem is with Willie
His
on
defense.
defense,
Yeah.
he can't guard nobody.
And
Okay, that's
that's
just
the
what it
problem with a
is.
lot of your league players. They're offensive players. They're not defensive
And this
minded.
is what I'm worried about with
Yes.
Kyra Lewis is the fact that we're gonna wind up trading Kyra Lewis, and Kyra Lewis is gonna be good for
And you
somebody.
know what? I
And
hate that because we
I
never
hate
got a
that.
chance to
I really
develop
hate
him.
that. We drafted
Yeah.
him
Yes.
similar to what you see Alexander Walker. We letting dudes like that. They're gonna. I mean, this guy is gonna go off. Kyra Lewis.
He
I
gonna be
told you,
nice.
I always love Kyra Lewis. I love
Yeah.
that pick, but that
Yep.
injury unfortunately put him behind.
Yeah, it put
Mm-hmm.
And
him it put him too far behind.
It did.
yeah,
It
and
did.
that and the one who benefited the most was Alvarado.
Yeah.
Alvarado was
Yes,
not supposed to
yes.
be in this lineup. He
No,
was
he
No,
was
not
not.
supposed to be
yes.
at all.
He was
Yes.
It's
not.
It's
Kyra
We
supposed to
had
be
to
Lewis.
get
Kyra.
somebody. We had to get somebody in there though. Because
Yeah,
Kyra went out.
yeah. Look, Alvarado, quite honestly, look, let's just be honest with you. He was undrafted, okay? He
Mm-hmm.
got on this team because we had nobody at the time
We
when
had
Kyra went
nobody.
out.
Yep.
Okay. So
And it's a
Jose,
sensational story.
Yep.
Yes, he's an exceptional story.
Yeah, he
Jose
really is.
really brought his like really fought his way into the NBA
And I,
and really won
uh,
and earned his spot on this roster. Okay, and Kyra, that was supposed to be Kyra's spot.
Kyra, yeah. And
You
Kyra was
know,
coming
so
into his own, but he got injured.
yeah, yeah.
And he was
So
developed kind of.
go ahead. I think we lost him, but yeah, log on Kyra. I mean, I mean that's a good problem to have. You know,
Man,
you got Kyra Lewis, you have Jose Alvarado, you got Jackson Hayes, you got all these guys on
Mm,
your bench. That's a great problem to have. You know,
sure
doggone, you
is.
got so much depth back there. You know, and
so
that's
so
why we people argue with you know, everybody said okay at the beginning of the season Memphis has the greatest depth and stuff like that, but
No,
now
they
people
don't.
are starting to see it's the Pelicans. The
It's the
Pelicans have
Pelicans.
players from top to bottom.
Yeah.
They can play on any team
And
that they want to.
what his name? Liddell.
EJ Liddell,
Oh my
like
God!
they
Watch when
got
he get
players.
Is he
healthy.
coming back? Is he coming back yet?
Yeah, he's gonna be back, but not this year.
Not this
That's what
year.
I said.
Not
Yeah, he
this
was
year.
what
injured
happened?
pretty
What happened
bad.
to him? I didn't know.
His
He tore
knee.
his ACL.
Yeah, his
Okay,
knee.
okay. That's the
Yeah,
one that tore it in the summer league, huh?
the summer league. Yeah,
That's the other thing. We still have him coming back. So even
yeah.
with all the pieces being moved, we
You
still
got to
got him.
think about it. There's only
Yeah.
15 roster spots
Yeah.
in the
Uh-huh.
NBA. I
Yeah.
mean, we got so much talent, but only 15 of these guys
David
can play.
Griffin. David Griffin put too much on it.
Man,
And then
Hey,
we
look,
got
hey,
wait,
all them
but
picks too. We got all them
he
picks.
still. That's what I was about to say. He still got buku picks.
We got picked, man.
yes.
We gonna be set
And
for
that's the
years.
Hey,
guy that
look.
y'all wanted fired. And I'm not talking about y'all on the panel, but y'all,
You know I didn't want. You know
the
I didn't want
Pelican,
him fired.
the Pelican Nation was all this talking about fire this man. This man took LeBron, had LeBron put pieces around LeBron to help him win a championship,
Yeah,
and people was not patient enough to see David Griffin's vision. And he has been nothing but everything I thought he was going to be. It was
yeah.
Right.
so
And he
negative
turned it around.
in
He
New
turned it
Orleans.
around.
He has
Well,
turned
I
Pelicans
wish he go over
basketball
there.
around
I
by
wish he go
himself.
over there to the Saints and
Now he
five
don't need to go with the
Jimmy
Saints.
Clausen.
Mickey
Y'all,
Loomis,
y'all know what?
it's
I
so
really,
ridiculous. It's so disrespectful to Mickey
y'all,
Loomis because he had yeah. Because what I don't
y'all know what?
understand is no, for real. Listen, what I don't understand is Mickey Loomis is being disrespected by Saints fans and
Yeah, very much so.
fire Mickey, and all this
No,
bullshit.
man.
And the sad part is, it's
He's
no.
the reason why Sean Payton
Sean
is
Payton
was
is even there. So
yeah,
Right.
it's some Saints fans need to go sit their behind down.
This is
yeah,
what
Okay,
I'm
so
saying.
well, we
Speaking
ain't
of
gonna jump
fans,
You
on.
can't have a
well,
losing season, EJ. You
well,
can't
yeah,
have a bad year. You can't
speaking of
yeah,
have
fans,
I mean, wow, it's crazy.
speaking of
yeah.
fans,
Okay,
speaking of
I ain't
fans,
gonna go
every
there tonight.
speaking of fans, every you
Fire
asked me earlier
everybody
about
every
the
time they
fans.
have a bad
I, I,
season.
I really, I really don't think the Pelicans have a real fan base. I'm gonna be honest. You know, they got the ones like me, you,
They
EJ.
building it.
Derek.
It's
But
going to be very
no,
slow.
I'm serious. I really don't think because we were talking about the
Oh,
fans,
you
the
know
Laker
what?
fans.
And I'm glad you brought that up. Let's be honest here. Okay, the New Orleans Pelicans now this year. Okay, we're finally starting to get true New Orleans Pelicans fans.
I
But if
don't
you
know,
want to
EJ.
talk about as a history, this I mean, basically New Orleans repped Lakers. Okay,
Yeah,
we
I don't
got
think
more
we.
Lakers fans than anything in New Orleans, rather than
That's what I'm saying.
repping the home basketball team.
But
You know, so
you know what happened
Well, they
though.
showing up in the stadium. I mean, Henry, they've been
Because they're
selling
bored.
out.
Because they're bored. The Saints lost, so they're bored. They want to go those games. They're not real fans. They're bored, man. Come on now. They're
No,
not
but
real
look, check
Pelicans
this out.
fans.
I think it is because once when the Hornets left or the whatever they was before and left to go to Seattle. I mean,
Okay, you
yeah,
mean
to
OKC?
Jazz. When they went to the
yeah,
Jazz, when they went to the Jazz,
No, are you talking about you
He
not the
talking about the
Hornets? The
old
Hornets
New
didn't go
Orleans.
to the Jazz.
yeah,
You talking about when we had our first basketball team,
and
Yeah.
I
and
think yeah, and I'm saying
the
I
Jazz
think that's
left to
what
go to Utah.
yeah. So I think that's what kind of like made us more of a football city than a basketball city. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
Because
mean, if you don't
we
have
lost.
But
basketball and all you got is football, you're
but
gonna
you
support.
know what's funny though? Everybody says, we're a football city, we're a football city. But man, I know a lot of dudes coming up, growing up, we love basketball, man. We love playing ball. You
Yeah.
know, we loved it.
But see, you
I,
the
I mean,
demographic.
my thing is
I mean,
why
loving
can't
basketball and supporting franchises is totally different
my
things.
my thing
That's
is
true.
though
That's
is
true.
like why is the city having a hard time having both of these guys? You know, having the
Because
I
Saints
don't
I'm
and
really.
the
not.
I
I'm
mean,
not
Pelicans.
understanding.
I'm
That's
a,
what I'm
they're not
it's
saying.
having
gonna be
a
this.
hard time. It's just you got so many people who didn't grow up as Pelican fans. They grew up as Laker fans, and
Yeah,
it's the same thing with the Saints.
But
We
they
have
ain't
to
never been
battle.
to LA
We,
in their life.
but hold up. We have as Saints fans. As Saints fans didn't always have the fan base they have now. They used to have to battle with the Dallas Cowboys. The dudes
Yeah,
I went to
Yeah, I ain't
school
gonna
with,
lie.
yeah.
I
some
know a
of the
lot of
dudes
Dallas
I went
Cowboys
to
fans.
school with
Yeah.
was wearing
yeah.
Packer gear, 49er gear.
Yeah.
Uh huh. I
So
remember the starter
just be
jacket going
y'all
to
just
fight in
gotta
the
be
yard to your
patient.
starter jacket.
Just be patient, my brother. I always
Hey,
rep the Saints.
I
I
think I
always,
think
no matter what.
also that you got to look at it, man.
That's
Without
their
with
daddies and their mamas.
the Chris Paul is the only star we had when the Hornets when they came back as a franchise. We
And
only
man,
had Chris Paul,
I love Chris Paul too when he
Hey,
was
and
with the
don't
so
don't
Warriors.
forget David West now. Don't
yeah,
forget
but
David
Now
West.
I have to
no. I'm
disagree.
not
I
saying
have to
like
disagree
players,
with you,
but what I'm
Derek. When
saying
they
is
first
like
came
I'm
back, they
saying
had Derek. When they first came back, they had Baron Davis.
yeah,
That
but we
that
wasn't
catcher.
on Barron.
No, but
I
he
mean,
was
I used to.
considered a star. He was considered a star. Baron Davis and that team with Byron Scott, they were considered that was considered a star at that time. You know what I'm saying?
That was a nice team too.
So
That
Okay,
was a
but you
nice
got
team.
to
and then
realize
they
like
went
this.
on. They went because you got Jamal Mashburn. You got to
Jamal
remember they had
McGlower,
Jamal Mashburn.
Jamal
But
Yes,
Mashburn,
how long they
C.J.
like
Brown.
I'm
there was a playoff team. There
Yep,
was
they
always
C.J.
a
but
playoff team.
Brown,
not
C.J.
every
The
year
Brown.
though.
the Pelicans. I mean, not the Pelicans. The Hornets was a playoff team with Paul
Every year.
Silas. Paul
Yep,
Silas kept us in the first round. We lost to the Miami Heat. We lost to several teams.
that's right.
But we was always in the playoffs since
Always in
they
the
came.
playoffs. Sure
Since
was.
since
I
the
don't know.
Hornets came,
I just
they were always in the playoffs, sir.
Sure was.
I
He
just
was.
felt like Chris Paul to
Now
me.
you
This is
might
my
have just
opinion.
joined and start watching,
No,
but I've
no,
been
but I used to
watching.
watch them before they left. I
Man,
used to watch them before. I
CP3 was
used
a
to watch them
dog,
before
man.
when the Jazz left. Man, I was
I'm
still
not
young when
talking
I.
about no Jazz. You wasn't around with no Jazz, man. I
Yeah, I
They
wasn't
was, man.
they
around
I'm
with no
about to be
Jazz.
50,
That was in
dog.
1979. The
Bro,
Jazz
I'm
was
about
not
to
in
be 50.
1979. How you gonna be around in '79
I was
watching the
born
game?
in
You was a little
'73,
boy.
dum dum.
I wasn't even born.
I was born in '75.
I was born in '73, dog.
Hey,
I'm
so
Oh,
about to
you
be
y'all
was
funny.
not
50.
in tune in '73 like
My
you are
daddy
now,
was,
brother.
man. My daddy was, bro. How you gonna tell me about my household?
But
My
they
daddy
didn't.
used to.
But
My
that. But
daddy used to watch the
that.
death,
Oh my
watch
God!
these
You are
boys,
you
man.
really bringing? Oh my! All right, go ahead, D.
But what
I'm
I'm
not trying to
saying though,
take
dog.
you and
Listen
your.
to what I'm
I'm not
saying,
trying to take
dog.
you and your special relationship with you and your daddy. That is not what I'm doing.
Yeah,
Man,
cause
y'all boys,
But
you
that's
know
man.
how
not a
you
fan
get
Get him
base.
off Bubba.
you know how you get behind your son.
Here
So
we
don't
go.
tell me nothing about me and my daddy.
I,
You know how you get
I,
Don't talk
you
about my
go
daddy. Don't
super
talk about my
ham
daddy.
behind them two, them three. You go them three, boy, y'all got more pictures on Facebook than he doing his wallet, boy. My sons, check out my sons. He's so
Don't about my
proud.
daddy. Don't talk about my daddy.
well,
y'all
well,
funny, man.
Derek,
It
the one
remind me of
thing
that
that
line
you
in
got to
Rush
keep,
Hour when they were talking about each
Derek,
other's daddy.
that's a
Oh my
long
gosh.
time, Derek, for '79 without
Oh,
having a team from '79
No, okay, so let me say this.
all the
Hold
way
on,
to
wait, okay, let me
2001.
finish. No, let me finish.
2001?
Wait, listen. Well, let me finish first. What I'm saying was, dog, even after they left, bro, growing up,
Shout out
my
to
daddy
Taylor
used to
Back.
my daddy used to love the Jazz, bro, because they were originally from here, originally from New Orleans. So
yeah, the naming right.
he always used to talk about them every time as I was growing up. So I was always more like that. And then when I really started understanding the game of basketball,
Mm.
and I really realized if it wasn't Shaq, it wasn't no big men because I always loved the big men. It wasn't David Robinson, none of them boys. I
Carl
never
Malone.
had that
Man.
one New Orleans person like you got a Zion, like you got a
What
Brandon Ingram.
Carl Malone was from New Orleans, so a lot of people don't know that, but
He from Ruston. He from Ruston.
yeah, he
He
from
from
Louisiana, so
yeah. But I'm saying I never had that one superstar like these boys that grew up all their life
Oh
on
man, we had so
LeBron.
many. We had so many in the '90s, man, '80s and '90s. So many stars. You
But it
couldn't
was
pick
never
one.
that one New Orleans person like these boys right now.
well,
Brandon
Robert
Ingram.
Pack, I could give Robert Pack in there. I used to be, but he wasn't no superstar like you
No, he
said. So
wasn't a superstar.
That's what I'm saying. So you never had
Kerry
nobody
Kittle,
like
Kerry Kittles from New Orleans.
A lot of people followed Shaq though when he went to the league. They
that's
like
what I'm saying. That's
a lot of
But
what
people
I'm
Shaq
followed
saying.
not
So
Shaq.
from New Orleans. He's not from no Louisiana. He's from
I know,
L.A.
but
but I
they
think a lot
followed
of
him.
people follow
They
him because
followed
he
him.
went to LSU.
Right.
You know
Yeah,
what I'm
Chris
saying? So
Jackson is from Louisiana.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but so
Move
so
road.
E, what I'm saying is like you never had that one like these boys grew up where Michael Jordan played all his career with the Bulls. LeBron, even though LeBron had jumped
Yeah.
around, but his name is so big that people follow, and he did so great when he was young that people followed him. Now you know that's what I'm saying. New Orleans. Now we got that Zion. Now you're gonna start seeing like we're gonna be having our chest stuck out because you got that Zion, you got that Brandon, and you got
Yeah.
Alvarado. Man, we gonna
Man.
start now. You're gonna start to see the
I just
build.
want to
And
know where
thank
you
you,
was when
Anthony
Byron
Davis.
Scott was
Shout
the
out to
coach.
Anthony Davis. Shout
I
out to
just got to
Anthony
ask
Davis.
both of y'all, where the hell y'all was when Byron Scott had the Pelicans, had the Hornets, going toe to toe with the San Antonio Spurs and the
Boy, we
Lakers.
Hey,
barely
I
had
was there.
cable
They were
then.
going toe to toe with the
We
Lakers. They
barely
went to the
we barely had
there were
cable
one
Sure
game
back
from
then
the
did.
when he was
conference
coaching.
final.
Sure
There
did.
were
Sure
one game
did.
from the conference, and
Sure did.
It
everybody was
was.
in that smoothies game. A Smoothie King Center sold out. Go,
Sure
Yeah.
all you
was.
got to do, all y'all ass got to
That
do.
teal and gold.
All
That
you got to
teal and
do is
gold.
go.
Yeah.
Google.
Yeah.
But
It
I'm
don't
gonna
take
tell you,
that
I
hard to
told you what it
Google.
was, though, dog. I just think that
Paul
Shaq was
Silas,
so.
Paul
Yeah,
Silas and Byron Scott kept the
He did.
organization. It
He
wasn't until
did.
Tim Floyd sad ass took over the Hornets, and then we start losing, and then we start getting some terrible coaches after
And
that.
then and then and then and then we got Dale Demps up in there that
Then
destroyed the
Dale Demps
Oh
franchise.
and
We
them
my
had to get
came
him
and
out of
God.
there.
destroyed the
Oh,
organization.
We
Dell
had to get
Demps
him out of there.
destroyed us. The only one good thing I can say Dell
Cause y'all
Demps
don't
did
forgot, y'all forgot
was
PJ Brown.
he tried to
I
get
ain't
us
forget
Brittany
PJ Brown. I
Cousins.
mentioned him earlier.
man, I did when I was working in New Orleans. I still know I did
PJ
PJ
Brown,
Brown cable. That
Peja
boy stayed in
Stojakovic,
Slidell.
David West, Jamal Mashburn,
See,
Jamal
here we know.
McGlory. Jamal McGlory. Don't forget Jamal
Yeah,
McGlory now. Jamal McGlory
but
used to
see,
go at Shaq.
but
You gotta
see,
remember.
okay,
Yeah,
but let's just.
Kerry Killers was born in New Orleans, Louisiana, and
Oh,
he
well.
played.
He
He
went to
played
St.
at
Louis.
Look,
Villanova.
look, Everett. Dan Dickow, remember him?
That's the guy. Oh yeah.
That boy went off one game. I'll
He
never
said,
forget
you
that
remember
game.
that guy shooting them threes? That was a terrible year, boy. That was a
Oh man,
bad
but that
year.
boy went off that game.
But
I'll
he
never
went
forget
off
that.
though. He went
Yeah,
off.
Dan Dickow,
He
man. I
said his
remember.
boy brought up Dan Dick out. I ain't never thought about it. Oh my God.
Shout out to Dan Dickow, man.
So we
Yeah, I
we,
just
we
think
went through some players. We went through many players. We was competing. I'm telling you, we got because
Look,
when
I just say,
Dwayne
I,
Wade was killing the Baron Davis ass. And
man, look,
Chris,
I just say though, even though we done went through all of that, it's good to see the city is finally, whether for whatever reason, it don't mean. I mean, if it took the Saints to be bad for them to come this way,
this
hey,
the new
I'll take
Saints.
it
Then we
This
because
the
you
new
welcome
know
them,
what,
Saints.
yeah.
This the
you
new
know
Saints.
what,
I'm
doggone.
not here to write off the Saints, man, because at the end of the day, the Saints do this so often. What they have done in the past, they'll go hot. They'll have a couple of bad seasons, like them 3 years when Sean Payton went 7 and they went
Oh
8,
Lord.
7 and 9.
79,
Oh
3 years.
Lord.
79,
79, yeah,
79,
Yeah,
yeah,
79.
3 years,
Yep.
forget that. They
79.
don't want to talk about that
Yeah.
7 and 9 seasons.
I
We
When
don't
remember.
they
want to talk
finally
about
Terrible.
turn
that.
the shit around. So
We don't talk
don't
about
be
that.
no
We
don't
don't
be
talk
one of
about
them
that.
fair weather people
We don't talk about that.
Derek.
Listen,
I don't know, man. I
Gonna be
just
the
feel like
main
this the
tonight
one
new
we'll
jumping
I
this
back
the
feel like
new
on
tonight we're
Saints.
Pelican
bandwagon
fans,
when
man. I just
Anderson
feel like
turn the
that.
shit around, get an offensive coordinator, and when they get their quarterback, because it's all about quarterback. Remember, I told you, EJ, Dennis Allen never wanted Jameis Winston. He's
Yeah,
going to get his
apparently.
quarterback. He's going to get
Apparently he did
somebody.
not.
Speaking of them, I heard
He
something
don't
about
like black
Sean Payton
people.
today that
How he don't like black people? He was trying to get Deshaun Watson. That was an idiotic. He
Yeah,
that
come
is the
on,
most
y'all. Stop
idiotic
that,
shit
man.
I have
Stop
I
it.
said,
ever
bro,
heard.
I'm just joking, man. Calm your nerves
He
It
don't
ain't
down.
like
about
I'm
goofy
race.
black
joking.
people. He don't like goofy black people.
I heard that Sean is leaning towards the Denver
To Denver.
Broncos though.
He
Well,
I'm here in Denver.
now I'm gonna tell you
no,
this.
I
If
don't.
I
I
was
don't
him,
agree. I
that's
think his best chance of getting that job is going to be the. I think y'all going to see. And you remember I said this. It's more enticing to go to the Cardinals or the
no,
Texans because
no.
you
You
can
looking
I
go.
for
would want him to go to the
no.
Texans.
You
That's
want
what
the
Why?
I would
draft
want.
pick. You want the
Why the
draft pick.
Texans?
Because
Yeah,
it's
they want
draft
the
picks.
draft pick.
The
But if
draft
it's
pick.
But if you were
Would they get the number 3
the
pick?
boss, yeah.
They're
No, you
not gonna
can't get
give
that
him.
third,
They're
number
not
12.
gonna give him that 3. They're gonna
You're
give
going
him
to get
that
that
12
12
pick.
pick. 12, number
And
1.
who y'all want with the 12th pick?
A
Ain't gonna
quarterback.
be no quarterback gonna be
No,
left,
but
huh?
who? Which quarterback?
CJ Stroud.
You
He
can
gonna
get.
be there
I'll
at
get
12?
Levis too. I'll get Will Levis.
I'll
Either
take Will Levis.
Either one of them.
Okay, so
But
let me
you got to get a quarterback.
so
And let me tell you something. Don't
What
sleep on
kind of
Hendon.
quarterback y'all want for the
Don't
Saints, though?
sleep on Hendon Hooker. Don't
What
sleep
kind?
on the Saints getting Hendon Hooker
Yeah.
or getting the draft picks. Let me tell you something. Getting these draft picks, the Saints get Hendon Hooker in the second round because they're gonna have 2 number 7. If they get they'll be able to get 2 number 2 draft picks, right? And a first round. Don't use your first round on a quarterback. Wait and get your quarterback, Hendon Hooker. This dude would have been a first round if he didn't get hurt.
okay.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this then. If you're gonna take
Hendon
him to
Hooker or
Hooker,
Anthony
okay.
Anthony Richardson.
Anthony Richardson.
If you
You
take
got your
them,
quarterback right there.
okay, wait. So let me ask you this. Is that offensive line gonna be able to hold up?
My brother, this
We
is
got
why
blow it up.
you're a band teacher.
Gotta
This
blow
is
it
Come
why
up.
on,
when you
man. Stop
go
saying that, bro.
because when you go in the off season, you go with a new you go get new linemen. You go
Man, bro.
I
Bro,
mean,
you
come
got the
on, brother.
cap for that?
Yeah, the Saints still can maneuver some stuff with the cap, brother. They've done it
No,
every year.
I think they went under the cap. They got some room now. They got like what, 20 million or something like that. I can't remember what the number is.
And the cap is going up.
The only way I think they're gonna get the free up the money if they trade
Michael Thomas.
Michael Thomas. That's it.
And
That's
you
it right
you
there. They
No, but
trade up.
they restructured
They
the deal,
already
so they
done
got
what they
like I
could
think
do
it's
with
like
Michael
between
Thomas.
14
They
and 20
already
million.
restructured his contract. That's
Yeah,
It is
but
what
that was
already
so.
restructured, so you already gonna get money for that. And look, don't sleep on the Saints. The Saints got many people on the offense that they can get rid of. Andrews Pete is a guy
Yeah,
who
they
who
gotta go.
who holds a
Man,
big cap.
I
they
wouldn't
gotta go.
sleep on. I wouldn't sleep on the Saints, and I know we of course we need quarterback in this draft, but I wouldn't sleep on the Saints drafting an offensive lineman this
Right, they
draft.
can go. They can. But I think it's gonna be quarterback. EJ. I think the Saints.
Oh yeah, I'm saying though, along with the quarterback, you're
Yeah,
gonna
they're
get an
going
offensive
quarterback this
lineman.
year. For the first time, they're going quarterback. And
Do
I
we?
see them I see them bringing in another free agent. One of the free agent guys, I wouldn't be surprised if States draft a quarterback and even get a car. It
Do
wouldn't be
we?
surprising.
Do we go after? Do we go after like a veteran lineman, or do you draft a lineman? Because we drafted Andrew Pete. Look how he
Yeah,
turned out.
that's
Do we go
true.
after a veteran lineman?
No,
Look
I
how they
would
I
done.
go.
would.
No. We already
Since
drafted
you
last year. You go get you a free
Yeah,
agent this
since you
time.
already drafted a
You
lineman
drafted last
last
year.
year,
That's what I'm
you need
saying.
to go through the free agency
That's
and
what
get
I'm
a
saying.
veteran lineman.
That's what I'm saying. We got to go pick up somebody. We got to
Yeah.
get
The
somebody.
Saints are already, Derek, despite how bad they was this year, defensively, they don't have to touch the defense. They can
No, it's
rebuild
all offense.
offense.
All
They can
offense.
Yeah.
go all offense.
All
And
offense.
they can restructure that whole offense
Yeah,
and
we
be
need to.
right back competing.
Yeah.
It sounds
The
crazy.
great part about
They can
this
get a
is that
quarterback to walk right
the
in it, and the
Saints
Saints could be winners again.
the
It,
Saints
it's
know what the problem is. They know that defensively they're fine. It's just offensively.
it's just
You
like the
know?
Pelicans. It's like the Pelicans. We need another shooter, right? We don't have to
Yeah.
touch the defense. We need a point guard that can shoot, that can
Yeah.
score the ball a little bit. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all we really need.
The
Yeah.
Saints are not that far from behind to turn it around. Philadelphia was just like the Saints.
Yeah, they sure was.
Until they got Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody was. They were just like the Saints. Matter of fact, they had dropped them 4 wins. Actually, the Saints is actually
Well,
better.
not just
Let me
Jalen Hurts, they needed receivers too. When they got AJ Brown,
And they
that was a
went to
big
trading
game
for some
changer.
receivers. Sure did.
let
That
me
was a
ask y'all.
big
Let
game
me ask y'all a
changer.
question. Do the Saints, should the Saints pick up Cesar Ruiz's option, or should they let him go?
Yeah, they're gonna pick that up. He played well.
Heck yeah, he coming
I
back.
agree.
He
I
coming
agree.
back.
He played well
Nah,
this
he
year.
didn't play bad. We're not gonna get rid of all the linemen.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be
He
certain
played
linemen.
well.
Andrews Pete may be gone because of his age
Yeah,
and, and his durability.
Pete and Hurst are gonna be the two names that probably gonna go.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna make an upgrade. And like I said, Saints fans just need to shut the hell up and let the process happen.
Oh
Don't be
Lord.
surprised. Ronald Curry. Ronald Curry is right now going to do the Senior Bowl as offensive coordinator and y'all want a black guy, he's probably gonna be that black guy.
Look how he said that. Look how he
Um,
said.
man,
Look how he said that.
There's a
Look
lot
how he
of
said
color.
it, bro.
I don't even care about color. I just want to win.
They do.
Look how he
Hey,
just
look,
said
hey,
it.
look,
Y'all
look,
want him.
look. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Look, because I've seen a lot of this too on, and I know we getting off topic with Saints talk, but look, I've seen some, Saints fans get mad because the Saints haven't made moves yet, or cut nobody yet,
They don't have to.
Don't make no sense. Don't make
or
no sense.
fired anybody yet. Look, you got a whole off season to do this, okay?
Yeah.
First of all, they
All
got to
right.
see what Sean Payton gonna do.
Okay,
You got
yes,
around this
that's what
stuff,
you
man.
want to
They're
take.
crazy.
That's what you
Now,
want to
I'm gonna
take
tell
care
you
of
this.
first, okay?
Sean Payton, boy, he already got asked. They gave him the axe, so you know he going over there with him. Lombardi.
Who gave who? Oh, he gone.
Yeah, he ain't with
You talking
what them,
about Joe Lombardi?
Joe
yeah,
Lombardi was the offensive coordinator. So at the end of the day, if
he going.
Joe Lombardi may be back with the Saints rather than be Joe Lombardi has nothing to do with Sean Payton.
All right.
Yeah, and isn't he on another team?
The only person would leave the Saints organization is Pete Carmichael.
Pete
Because Pete
Carmichael.
Carmichael loves his role as being.
Now we sleeping
We
on the
may lose
fact
Pete
that
Carmichael to Sean Payton.
Ryan Nielsen and I forgot our other co-defensive coordinator. Those guys they're getting
They get
interviews.
looks. They get looks.
They're getting interviews now. That's scary.
But I don't
Because
think they're going nowhere. They're just getting looks. I don't think, not this year. If they would have won, I'd have been more worried. Because you got right now, I'm hearing the guy from the, Aaron Glenn he's getting the interview now. Because, he's got Atlanta looking at him and multiple other teams, just like the Saints went to look at Nielsen. So
right.
there's a lot of things going on.
Yeah,
That's why
and
you
that's
gotta
normal.
wait. You can't
That's
go
normal.
rushing.
Yeah.
One thing about football, you can't go rushing just to put somebody in it just to please the fans. You have to. It has to fit what you're going to build. You got to go if you're going to look for another quarterback. You're going to look for another regime. You got to get a guy who's going to understand who's going to be what he wants. You can't just go get somebody just to go get somebody, brother.
Right.
It takes time.
You got to fit everything about your organization, about what you're trying to do, your strategy.
It's amazing
everything.
we start talking about the Saints, EJ, and we got 5 people. We had 0 people when we were talking about the Pelicans, and all of a sudden, Nasir and all these football
It's
fans
a damn
start popping up.
shame. A damn shame. Nas, where the hell you at? You supposed to be in here for Pelicans talk, not no
We
damn
were talking
Saints talk.
Pelican talk, and all of a sudden, Saints fans just start popping in.
That's a damn shame, man. Y'all, boy, what I tell you. See, that's why I'm hearing right now. It's like I don't even think they're real true Pelicans fans, man.
That's what I'm saying. The
See,
passion
that's
is
why
there,
you
Derek
saying
is
it
a
right
Pelican
there.
fan. I know for sure he is, and I know for sure he's a Saints fan. But some of these other people out there have me crying laughing.
Yeah. But what I want to see is if the Pelicans do make it to the Western Conference Final, I want to see how that's going to maybe change some things in the city for basketball.
It's already changing. The city is always changing. They just need their stars. Once they get Ingram and Zion back, the city's
if they make it to the Western Conference Finals this year, I'm gonna be honest with you. There's no excuses for New Orleans fans to not even be cheering for this team. You know,
we're not having an attendance problem. Y'all acting like we have an attendance problem. The Pelicans been selling out this year. It's not a ticket problem this year.
And the wife and I are
be
going back to the game.
Too. I'm gonna be honest with y'all too about these Pelicans too. The trade deadline in February gonna tell me a lot about what the Pelicans are trying to do. Because look,
that's what I'm watching too.
I know we all know we're trying to make the playoffs, but are we trying to win a championship? Or are we just trying to go ahead and make the playoffs? You know, doggone, I want a championship. So if these Pelicans make a move, and I'm talking about a big move, I just named some of these names: OG Anunoby,
Gary they are
Trent,
looking at him. Yeah,
Gary Trent, Bojan Bogdanovic. I'm telling you. Now look, they make a move like that.
Mm-hmm.
They make a move like that. That tells me what they're trying to do. They feel like their window.
They're trying to win
now.
Yeah, it's not like EJ. Our big splash last year was CJ McCollum.
Right.
This year, if you get an OG, that's gonna be your big splash. Okay,
Yep.
so
Right.
you that means you are now where you need to be to win a championship. You can if
Okay,
there's
but
two or three
who you
pieces
giving up
left.
for who you giving up
What
for him?
when we
Maybe
talking about
Devon,
we got
maybe
Devontae
Purdy,
Devontae
we got
Graham,
Graham,
Graham, we
Devontae
Jackson
got
Graham,
Hayes.
and
Hayes.
Jackson Hayes. Yeah, maybe those two right there. The two of
Yeah,
them
Them
for
two
him.
right there.
and then you're gonna throw in one of
Kyra Lewis.
those draft picks.
Yep.
You might give up Kyra Lewis. I hate
Might
to
give up
give up
Kyra
Kyra.
Lewis.
I
Yeah,
think
Yeah.
they
you
may
might
hold
give
on
up
to Kyra
Kyra
Lewis.
Lewis as well.
They might just hold on to Kyra Lewis.
Because
I
he
don't.
never really had a fair shake,
Here
I
comes
think. I don't
Nasir ass.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there he is. There he is, man. Look. Do you got something to tell me about Pelicans or the Saints? Because if you got something to say about the Saints, you should log off. You should log off right now. I need to hear Pelicans.
Pelicans, I gotta with closing out Robinson. So
He remixed it again, but it's cool.
Man, why
those
his
three.
phone always do that?
Hold up.
Oh boy. They
That
told
phone be remixing, bro.
let him get situated over there. But while he getting situated over there, y'all tell me what y'all want to
He
see
gonna make
tonight
it worse,
against.
y'all. Watch him make it worse. He gonna put them headsets on. He gonna be them little white ones. He gonna
Oh,
stick them in
Lord.
his ear. Watch this shit.
Y'all
y'all
crazy.
I'm
why
a
he
roast
get
Nasir. I missed the little brother. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna roast the shit out of him.
you, you know he the biggest Taysom Hill fan in the land.
Man.
There ain't a man on this planet. I think Nasir pass out if we trade him off. Sean Payton take Taysom Hill. Nasir,
he
we gotta
might
go
he might
do a
join
wellness
another
check.
team. He might join
Yeah, we
another
got to do a
team.
whole wellness check.
Mm.
But while he getting that fixed up, y'all tell me what y'all looking for in this matchup tonight with the Miami Heat. Miami Heat is a playoff basketball team. So this
Well,
is
they haven't been playing like a playoff basketball team of
No, they
late.
struggled the other night.
yeah.
They actually
Yeah.
21 and 23. That
Yeah.
they actually away. They're not playing. Last year, they put a whipping on us, and
Yeah. I
I,
need JV to get active
yeah,
against Bam, man.
this year, I think this is our. The only thing is, this would have been a good time to have Zion Williamson because
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have wanted some revenge on
Yeah.
Miami Heat.
And
Yeah.
Bam Adebayo, I want
Because
us to get
stopping
him.
Bam out of bottle and Butler is the hardest thing
Yep.
when
I
you play.
think Big Val
No, you
can
got
Matchup
handle Bam.
problems.
I
you
think
My,
Big
and
Val can handle
well,
Bam.
speaking of that, EJ, I'm glad you brought up Jonas. I like Jonas a lot. I just think sometimes he disappears defensively. I want to
Yeah.
see him become dominant in that paint on the defensive end. Start blocking
Yeah.
some shots. Start bumping people. Get people out the way. Stop being goofy. You know, like
Well,
be a
I think, and I'm glad you brought that up too. Like, I think his biggest thing is okay with Zion and Brandon Ingram out right now. He's gotten too much responsibilities going on. Okay, he's
yeah.
not having enough time to go in and do what he's supposed to do, which is be a defender and rebound that damn basketball.
That's
You
all I
know,
want him to do. But he can
so when
score too.
he can score. He's a very underrated scorer in this
Man, he
league.
is a post
But
player.
when you have your guys out like that, he's doing too much. So what he's doing is he's scoring so much to where he's forgetting that he's here to go defend and rebound. You know, so you're gonna
I
catch
need him to
him
be that anchor.
doing a lot of things that he's not supposed to be doing and stuff like that. But he's gonna be fine. Watch when Zion
You,
come
you
back. He's
know,
gonna be doing what he got to do.
that's what I'm saying. You know what I noticed too, and I'm not saying it just because I'm a Pelicans fan, but sometimes it feels like the referees don't give us a fair deal when
Oh
it comes to
man.
the fouling. The
Oh, they
Oh
fouls
haven't
and
man.
earned that respect yet. They haven't. See, that's why we got to
well,
get to the Western Conference Finals. That's
they
why we
call
got to
these
be.
bumps.
We got
Like
to
the
get that
fouling for
respect
Herb
up.
Jones. Well, for Herb Jones, a lot of times he ain't even putting his hand out on the player. He's just
Yeah.
standing there, and they'll call a
Yeah.
foul on him. I'm like,
They
what is
haven't,
that? That's not a.
but like Dad said, they haven't respected people like Herb Jones as a top tier defender in this league yet. The refs aren't giving him
They finally
that
just did
respect yet.
EJ with Zion this year. That's the
Yeah,
first time they
Zion,
started
they're
respect.
not, they haven't. they
Man,
haven't given Zion enough calls for me.
They be smacking Zion and when he go up. All you hear is this. You hear it and nothing.
It was funny. It was funny how what's that boy name from the Timberwolves? D'Angelo Russell. He was talking about how Zion was playing football, but the way they sitting there whacking him. They whacking him in the head like they playing football.
Exactly.
Derek, what you think about Zion playing football? Derek there?
I don't think he did. I think he stepped out for a minute. Nas, is you ready to come back in?
Yeah, because we about to end this live and we want to come on now, Nas. Say something.
Y'all can hear me?
We
can hear you
now.
now.
We don't care if you're doing a mixtape. We don't even care if you're doing a mixtape. Go ahead, brother.
For this game, Bam, Harrow, and Robinson, you close you two perimeter guys out.
Oh man,
guess what they're gonna do? Guess what they're gonna do? Guess what they do?
There you go. Hey, that's
you rely on your front court. Then you go on the front court to space out and drop. Because what's the forward's job? The forward's job is to score the basket out the basket. That's their job. Close out Butler and Adebayo. Bam. But if you don't close out Harrelson, you're going to be in a long. You about on frenzy for this one. So I'm expecting Alvarado. I'm expecting Graham. I'm expecting everybody who gets defended on those guys. They built this game. It's time. You're going against one of the top point guard, two guard duos. Period. You got guys like that out because guys like that are gonna make you compete every rep that they make for it. Every shot show. Watch what they're gonna do. You about three or four in. You already in the long run for a dog fight. So Alvarado, Graham, everybody in that. Man, I'm telling y'all better for everybody in the front court, Stones. Time for you to get locked on other buddy. You better show him what lockdown is, because if not, Jonas, I've watched you.
This is gonna be a pretty big matchup for Najee. Najee Marshall gonna have to step it up and get ready for
listen, Herb Jones is out.
Yeah, so Najee Marshall gonna have to take that matchup.
Out. Herb Jones, as far as scoring, the only thing I worry about Herb is his defensive, because but as far as we need Trey Murphy to step up his game, we need him to be.
Trey Murphy's gonna step up.
I want Murphy to get aggressive.
We need Najee to step up keep stepping up his game. Najee Marshall.
Yeah, I'm back.
Junkyard Dog gonna have to be Herb Jones, because that's what he is. He's the Junkyard Dog.
I want Trey to be really aggressive, like just be
aggressive. Look, like I said, Willie Green has given him the green light. Shoot that thing, man. You got the talent.
Shoot it, man. I don't care if you
trick Trey.
Man, let it go.
Don't forget. If I was the Pelicans, don't forget on defense, you got to do your job.
Let me hear what Derek got to say. We're gonna mute you for a second, brother, because you remixing.
If I was the Pelicans, I'm attacking Tyler. I'm attacking Tyler Hebrew. Once he get in the game, I'm going at him. I don't care. I'm on him. I'm putting him in every pick and roll. I'm making him go. I'm to the point, because he's really been a hot man since he's been back from his injury. I've been watching a couple of games, and he not back all the way. So if I'm Willie Green, I'm on his ass.
Put Trey on him and put that length on him. Put that length on him and body him up. You know.
Yes.
You got to.
All right, y'all.
Y'all give me y'all.
We having a post game thing.
Shit, not this time. I gotta wake up. I gotta go to drive.
You act like you older than me, boy.
You not my brother. I'm driving a truck through the middle of the night. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah.
I dare. Look, next game, because we play the Timberwolves next Wednesday. Next Wednesday we'll have a
doing down tired, fatigue.
But y'all be driving,
man. Go Pelicans, man. Go Pelicans.
Y'all give me y'all give me y'all predictions real quick before we get out of here. Go ahead, Henry.
Pelicans 98, Miami Heat 95.
All right, Derek, what you got?
I got 123, 135 Pelicans.
All right, Ever 504, what you got?
Is the Pelicans at home?
Yes.
Yeah, they're
No.
at home. They're
Okay,
at
well
home.
then I got the win. I got the Pelicans 105 to 92.
Okay, all right. Nas, what you got?
Give me us 115, give me 100.
All right, okay. I got the Pels 110 to 90 at home today. I think we got this one. Y'all go ahead and watch this game and enjoy the game, man. Going like I said, Derek. Next week we'll get a post game rolling in there for the Minnesota game.
Oh, you can do it on the weekend since the old man got to drive, dog.
Yeah. I also wanted to tell y'all too. Starting soon on the weekends, what we're gonna start doing is we're gonna start doing some off-season talk about the Saints.
Yeah, we're gonna go back to off-season talk.
Yeah, we're
especially
gonna
with
start
the coaching changes, and we're gonna be dealing with the quarterback because free agency. We got a free agent frenzy, all that stuff gonna be going on. So we're gonna be cool with the news.
Yeah,
all
so
I'm gonna say is
we'll be having that going on that for y'all.
And we're gonna be talking about the release of Jameis Winston. I know y'all gonna cry. And the release of Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton is not gonna get re-signed, and Jameis Winston gonna be released.
We're gonna talk about the release of Dennis Allen and Pete Carmichael.
Now, Dennis Allen, you'll be talking about that next year. You'll be talking about
Dennis Allen not going nowhere.
Guess what? Dennis Allen ain't going nowhere. Money making Dennis Allen $8 million. So
let that
go to waste.
Wait, before y'all go, have y'all heard that the NFL as a group saying that they're gonna try to stop firing all these coaches with these high contracts? Like they paying somebody. They say he making $9 million for the next 3 years sitting at home.
You talking about Cliff Kingsbury?
Cliff King.
Yeah, but they can't do nothing about that.
You can't do nothing about that.
He didn't ask to be fired. He didn't ask to be fired. The organization fired him.
Right.
No, but that's the
NFL.
Fault. The NFL.
And the NFL can't stop that. That's the owner. The owner could do what he wants with his team.
Right. That's the owner.
But as a group, they all gotta pay into that little pot of
but they gotta go in the owners meeting and agree, and they're not gonna agree with that shit. They want they wouldn't be able to get a Sean Payton right now.
Yeah, I'm telling you, you got to go back and listen to they have.
But that's rumors. That's rumors. People just speculating. They ain't gonna. That don't mean that's gonna be true.
Yeah,
I'm just telling you. They're saying that they sent memos saying, "Hey, man, stop firing all these coaches with these long contracts because you got to pay them for so many years."
Yeah, but that hurts who? Who that hurts though?
It's like with
that hurts their organization. That hurts the Cardinals.
Yeah,
that has nothing to do with nobody else.
No, but I'm saying this across the league. I was listening to Keyshawn, Booger McFarland and them on Monday night. They mentioned that they was talking about when
Well, that ain't not gonna happen if you heard them.
No,
they ain't not Keyshawn and Booger McFarland ass gonna do for the NFL. They just talking. They is ESPN employees. They ain't no different than me and you, brother. They no different than me and you.
Like they were talking about how Zion wanted to get out of New Orleans. They're the same people that talking about Zion wanting to get out of New Orleans.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
The same people. They said a lot of bad things.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
They've been shaming New Orleans. It ain't even fun no more. Just take it and take it. Hey, we gotta have the numbers like, hey, shut up. That's what I'm talking about. We love our New Orleans. Disrespect level of New Orleans.
All right, y'all boys. Look, y'll go ahead and catch this Pels game, man. We'll see y'all.
I'm gonna definitely be posting. I'm gonna be posting on the Facebook thing. I'm gonna be posting.
Man, go Pelicans.